Planning to apply for an Indian passport and you are just a little confused where to start? Let me tell you one thing. The entire process is quite straightforward, but it's always much easier if someone walks you through it step by step. So recently I helped my family members to get their Indian passports, and really that inspired me to make this video to help anyone who is willing to apply for their passport as well. In this video, I'll guide you through the entire online process, from creating your account and filling out the entire application and booking your passport appointment. But before we get started, I have a quick tip for you that might make this video much easier to follow. I have added the subtitles in multiple languages so that more people can watch this video comfortably. If you would like to watch in your preferred language, simply click the CC button to turn on subtitles, then click the settings icon, go to subtitles or CC, choose auto translate and select the language you prefer. The languages currently available are displayed on your screen. I hope this makes this video more accessible and easier for you to understand. Now, without any further delay, let's get started. The first step is to visit the official Passport Seva website. Make sure you are using the official government portal, as this is where you will complete your passport application. I have mentioned the official website link in the video description, so you can access it directly from there. Once you are on the home page, you will see several services are there. Fresh passport or reissue of passport, diplomatic or official passport, PCC, and a few other passport related services. But for this video, I'll be focusing on the fresh passport or reissue of passport service, as that's the option most people will use when applying for a new passport. Once you click on fresh passport or reissue of passport, you will be taken to a guidance page that explains the application process, eligibility, required documents, fees, and what to expect before you begin. I highly recommend going through it at least once, especially if you are applying for the first time. I have also included the link to the official guidance page in the video description, so you can refer to it anytime if you need more information. If this is your first time applying, you will need to register first. Once you are on the home page, click on New User Registration. If you have already created an account in the past, you can simply log in using your existing credentials. On the registration page, you'll be asked to fill in a few basic details. First, select the passport office that is closest to your current residential address. This helps determine where your application will be processed. Next, enter your first name and last name exactly as you want them to appear on your passport. Enter your email address and make sure you are using an email address that you have access to, as you will receive a lot of important updates related to your account and application. You will then need to choose whether you want your login ID to be the same as your email address. If you are okay with that, simply select yes, otherwise choose no and create a separate login ID. But I would recommend keeping the email address as the login ID so that you don't have to remember a separate login ID. Next, create a strong password and confirm it. If all the details are entered correctly, your account will be created successfully, and you will also receive an activation email. Open your inbox, click the activation link, and once your account is activated, you are ready to log in and start your passport application. Once you click on login, you will be asked to enter your password. If you prefer to log in using an OTP, simply click on the OTP option. You will receive a one-time password on your registered email address. Enter the OTP to log in and access your Passport Seva account. Once you log in, you will be taken to this page. On the left-hand side, you will see a services option. Click on it to view all the services. But as I mentioned earlier, this video is specifically about applying for a new passport. So we will select the fresh passport option to start the application process. If you are applying for a new passport, you can simply skip this step. If you are applying for a reissue or if you have details of a previous passport, you can enter those details here. However, I tried entering the previous passport details and I didn't notice any additional benefit from doing so. So in either case, you can simply skip this step and continue with the application. Here, you will see the passport office that you've selected when you registered your account. One important thing to keep in mind is that you cannot change the passport office from here once you have completed your registration. So make sure you select the correct passport office based on your location when creating your account. There are a total of 9 pages that you will need to complete as part of the application. You can see all the steps listed at the top of the page, which makes it easy to keep track of where you are in the process. Once you have completed a page, click on Save and Next and you will be taken to the next section. You can continue this way until you have completed all the required sections. Click on Fresh Passport if you are applying for a passport for the first time. You will then need to choose between Normal and Tatkal. With the Tatkal option, the application is generally processed faster and you can usually receive your passport within about a week, depending on the process and verification. However, the Tatkal fee is higher compared to the normal application. If you don't need your passport urgently, you can simply choose the normal option. If you are 18 years or older, select the 60-page passport option. Now we will move on to the applicant details section. Here you will need to provide some basic personal information. Start by entering your first name and surname exactly as they appear on your other government issued IDs. Then select your gender. Next, you will see a question asking whether you have been known by any other name. If you have used another name or have changed your surname, select yes and provide the relevant details. If not, simply select no. You will also be asked whether you have ever changed your name. Select yes if you have changed your name, otherwise select no. Then enter your date of birth. For the place of birth, if you were born outside India, select yes and provide the required details. If you were born in India, select no and enter your place of birth details. After that, you will need to provide the remaining details on this page, including your marital status and whether you are an Indian citizen by birth. You will also see fields for your PAN and voter ID details. These are optional, so you can provide them if you have them, but you can also leave them blank. Finally, select your employment type and educational qualification based on your current details. Once you have completed all the required fields, review the information and next you will see a question asking whether you are eligible for the non-ECR category. If you are not sure about your eligibility, click on the links provided next to this question to check the eligibility criteria. Once you open the link, you will see the complete list of categories that qualify for non-ECR. You can pause the video here and take a screenshot of this page so you can refer to it while completing your application. There is also a link on the same page where you can check the documents required for non-ECR. If you don't fall under any of the listed categories, simply select no. Next, you will be asked if you have any visible distinguishing mark on your body. If you have one, you can mention it here, otherwise you can just leave it blank. You will also see an option to provide your Aadhaar details. This is optional, but if you already have an Aadhaar card, I would recommend providing the details. Once you enter your Aadhaar number, you will see a link below to validate the Aadhaar number. Click on it and follow the instructions to complete the validation. After your Aadhaar has been validated, you will see a question asking whether you want Passport Seva to opt in your Aadhaar details. Select yes or no based on your preference. Once you have completed everything on this page, click Save and Next to continue. On the next page, you will see the family details section. Once you click Save and Next on the previous page, you will also receive an application reference number. Make sure you keep this number somewhere safe as you may need it later to track or refer to your application. Now you will need to provide your father's, mother's and spouse details depending on your situation. If you are applying for a passport for your child, you will also see the option to provide the guardian's details where applicable. Simply fill in the details that apply to your particular situation and then click Save and Next to continue. On this page, you will need to fill in your current residential address details. First, you will see a question asking, is your address outside India? Select yes or no based on your current residential address, then provide the remaining address details as required on the page. If you have a permanent address that is different from your current residential address, select yes and fill in the required details for your permanent address. If your current and permanent addresses are the same, select the appropriate option accordingly. On the top right hand side, you will see a link highlighted in yellow where you can find the list of accepted documents for address proof. I recommend checking this list before submitting your application to make sure you have the correct document ready. Here, you will need to provide an emergency contact number. This can be your parent, spouse, friend, or anyone you trust who you would like to list as your emergency contact. Make sure to enter their correct contact details as they may be contacted if needed. On this page, you will be asked a few questions about identity certificates and diplomatic passports. First, you will need to mention whether you currently hold or have ever held an identity certificate. So you can also see an explanation below the question about what an identity certificate is used for. If you have one, select yes and provide the required details. If it doesn't apply to you, simply select no. The next question is about whether you currently hold or have ever held a diplomatic passport. If you do, select yes, and again, otherwise it's no. The third question asks whether you have ever applied for a passport but it was never issued. It means if you have applied for a passport but you never got that passport, then you can select yes and provide the required details. But if you have never had such an application, simply select no. Once you have completed all the applicable details, click Save and Next to move on to the next page. This page contains the most number of questions in the entire application. Most of them are related to your criminal record, court cases, convictions, and other legal matters. I'm not going to read out every question here as that would make the video unnecessarily long. Instead, I recommend pausing the video whenever needed and taking a screenshot of this page before you start your application, so you can refer to it while filling out the form. Most of the questions on this page require you to select yes or no. Make sure you answer each question truthfully based on your situation. If you select yes for any of the questions, you will be asked to provide the relevant details. If it doesn't apply to you, simply select no and continue with the application. Once you click Save and Next, you will be taken to the next page where you will see a sample preview of how your details will appear on your passport. Take a moment to carefully review all the information shown in the preview and make sure everything looks correct. If everything is okay, tick the I agree checkbox and proceed to the next page. On this page, you will see an attention notice highlighted in red at the top. Make sure you read this carefully before filling out the rest of the form. Next, you will need to select your proof of birth from the drop-down menu. Make sure you select the document that you actually plan to present during your passport appointment, as you will need to carry the same document with you. Similarly, select your proof of residential address from the available options. Again, make sure the document you select is the one you are going to present at your appointment. It's always a good idea to double check that you have the original document and any required copies ready before your appointment. You can also choose to give Passport Seva access to your DigiLocker so that they can verify your documents digitally. If you already have your documents available in DigiLocker, you can select this option and follow the instructions to provide access. This is the final page where you will submit your passport application. But before submitting, I recommend reviewing all the information you have entered one more time. If you want to go through each section in detail, you can use the previous button at the bottom left to go back and check the earlier pages. Alternatively, if you just want to have a quick look at all the information without going back through each page, you can use the preview option. Once you have checked everything and you are satisfied that all the details are correct, select the location you are applying from and then click Submit Application to complete the application. Once your application has been submitted successfully, you will see an option to print application receipt. You can click on this to either print the receipt or save a copy of it for your records. You should also receive the receipt and application details on your registered email address. Next, click on Schedule Appointment and Pay. Here you will be able to see all the PSK locations and the appointment slots available. Choose the PSK location and date that are most convenient for you and select an available time slot and proceed with the payment to confirm your appointment. Once the payment is completed successfully, your appointment will be confirmed. Make sure to save the appointment details as you will need them when you visit the PSK. And that's it. But if you have any questions or you get stuck at any step, then you can leave a comment below, or you can follow me on my Instagram channel and send me a DM if you have questions. Just a quick note, sometimes Instagram filters some message requests, so I may not see the DMs immediately. And if anything is urgent, you can just drop a comment on this video, so I will get a notification and I will try to reach out to you as soon as possible. If this video was helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with someone who is planning to apply for a passport. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.